New at 5, a toddler ends up in the hospital after his parents say he was attacked at a petting zoo.
And now the question is what to do with the lemurs that his family says bit and scratched him. Tracy A. McPierce spoke to the boy's family and the zoo owner.
Head injuries in the back of his head, he's got scratches on the side of his neck, and then he's got some big scratches and lacerations underneath his eye.
Ronnie Carroll shared these photos of his 17-month-old son Lawrence's injuries Saturday after visiting the Half Moon Petting Zoo in Bogart.
I just assumed that we were going there and my son was going to pet goats and things like that.
But Carroll says when they went into the cage for the lemurs, they attacked the toddler.
And I was holding him in my arms, and as soon as we opened the gate to the lemurs jumped on my son and started attacking him. My son's head was just gushing blood.
You want to come here?
We talked to the owner, Marek Leopold. He says he was right behind the family when they went into the cage and still does not know how this happened.
If no one else, they can bite, of course, but they never bite me, they never bite anybody.
I just want to make sure it doesn't happen to any other child.
Carroll says now they're afraid Lawrence will need rabies shots.
These animals have not been vaccinated, and that we're really concerned about what kind of diseases that my son might have encountered by getting scratched or bitten by a primate.
Leopold says a vet had checked out the lemurs the day before.
She said she never gave any shots to lemurs before, so they don't need any shots, and they still young. And they're in the cage, so they don't go anywhere else.
While 11 Alive was at the petting zoo on Monday, the Department of Natural Resources showed up to talk to Leopold about the alleged attack. The agency says it's evaluating the best way to observe the lemurs for several days. They say they will likely place them somewhere else. Carroll says his son appears to be doing okay, but
the trauma that me and my wife has went through, I mean, we're still going through it because at the end of the day, we still don't know whether or not my son has rabies or not.
Leopold says he's happy to work with law enforcement to have the lemurs tested for any diseases. But he says at this point, it's likely he'll be shutting down his petting zoo for good. In Bogart, Tracy A. McPierce, 11 Alive News.